everyone, welcome to this video. I hope you're doing amazing, and we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery here. So there is some activity going on across some areas. As we look towards Africa, we can see a lot of convection and all those colors. So the dark red go into that blackish and gray shade and indicate very high clouds, and with that that's usually what contains some of the heaviest rainfall and thunderstorm activity as well. So very active offshore Africa, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of this as we eventually head into the next several weeks. And as the hurricane season starts, we're going to have these tropical waves coming off and propagating towards the west. Looking towards South America, also a lot of activity yesterday in parts of Suriname, Guyana, and French Guiana still experiencing maybe some periods of heavy downpours. You can let me know what's been happening for you in the comments. Much not going on for Venezuela, but parts of southern Colombia definitely experiencing some shower and thunderstorm activity. Out in the Atlantic, we can see some moisture out there, nothing crazy, but there's a little frontal system that extends in the Caribbean. Let's take a closer look at it. So here we have it. Definitely not something very common to see at this time of year, because fronts usually stay north of the region now that we're heading to April, but eventually we're not going to be seeing this kind of activity anymore. I mean, this front is very, very weak, so it has induced some thunderstorms though, in some periods of heavy downpours in parts of Central America, so Honduras, maybe even the Bay Islands, parts of Nicaragua as well. Some of this activity extends toward the Cayman Islands, Cuba, and even the Bahamas. So some of these areas may be overcast, maybe with some shower activity, and it is just offshore Jamaica, all that cloud covered. So there may be a few showers as we head throughout today across the island, but not much. Hispaniola, Turks and Caicos Islands, much not really going on right now. Same story for Puerto Rico, maybe a few passing showers or some overcast weather for the Virgin Islands and even the Northern Leeward Islands, and also down to the Windward Islands, especially Trinidad down there. As we take a look at the rainfall forecast for today, here we can see it. So there may be some additional heavy downpours in parts of Central America, so Honduras, Nicaragua, and as we head towards the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, and even some spots in Hispaniola, especially Haiti, a few showers may loiter around, but much is really not expected today. And then for San Andres, Providencia, the ABC Islands, Puerto Rico, are likely to be on the drier side. We're not really seeing any color at all. So the more color we see, especially as we head to the orange, the red, the purples, that is indicating higher rainfall amount. And then for the Lesser Antilles, Anguilla through Trinidad, Tobago, including Barbados, a few showers may pass by. Down to northern South America, the Guyanas are likely to remain active in some areas as we head throughout the day and into this evening. Most of Venezuela not expected to experience much. We're already seeing some activity in Colombia. And going to other parts of Central America, El Salvador, Guatemala, parts of Belize, Mexico, not expected to experience much as we head through today. Wind forecast. So winds are definitely going to be kicking up in the northwestern Caribbean, also for the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands as the day goes on. So it's going to get a bit windier. It'll be a little calmer in the east, especially for the Lesser Antilles, but winds are going to be kicking up, and some of those gusts could be up to 30 or over 30 miles per hour. So that is what is expected as we head through today, guys, in terms of the rain and the wind. Now, the significant wave height later this morning here, going to the afternoon hours, this is what is expected. So some of those higher seas are indicated by more vibrant shadings of those oranges and reds up there, so offshore the east coast of the U.S. and going towards the vicinity of Bermuda as well, a little bit active there. But for much of the Caribbean, we're seeing that very light blue shading and those whites. So wave heights anywhere from below a foot, maybe up to around 1, going to 3 feet at maximum across most areas today. But in the northwestern Caribbean, near the Cayman Islands, Bay Islands off Honduras, these are likely to be a bit higher, 5, 6 feet thereabout. Now, it's very dry across some areas. It's still very dry. And I mean, a little passing shower doesn't really cut it in terms of actually helping to alleviate drought conditions in some areas. But I have been watching the models, and I've been seeing where a little surge in moisture is possible for parts of the southeast Caribbean. So let me show you guys that. This is GFS for next Tuesday. the 2nd of April. Take a look at all those green shadings indicating the precipitation rate. We can see that for Trinidad, Tobago, parts of Guyana as well. That little cluster right there, that loiters around even as we head into late Wednesday of next week. Then as we head to Monday, the 1st of April, this is what Euro is showing. Euro is also showing that little increase in moisture and shows it loitering around as we head into Tuesday as well. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes for that. It would be great because, again, many areas have been dry, and this would really help out with improving conditions across the various islands of the southeastern Caribbean. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes on it, and hopefully it comes to fruition. Now, the sea surface temperatures are well above average without a doubt. So this is a look at the anomaly map here. So as we see those oranges, those pale yellows, reds as well, that is a sign of above average temperatures. The blues indicate below normal temperatures, but I'm focusing on the African coast to the Caribbean, and even in the Gulf as well. It is above average for the most part in terms of temperatures. But looking at the actual sea surface temperature map right here, tropical cyclones require around 26 degrees Celsius at minimum in order to really gain intensity. And so here we are seeing that it is prevalent across much of the Caribbean and even parts of the main development region as well. We're seeing some of those green shadings going to the very light shade of blue, but it is warming up for the most part. The Gulf is warming up. Of course, it cooled down because of the plethora of frontal systems that move through. So it is warming up now, and it is only going to get warmer as we head into summer. So in the Caribbean, on average, sea surface temperatures around 28 degrees Celsius, even 29 in some spots, and that would certainly fuel tropical cyclone activity. So with La Nina on the horizon, which typically means more favorable upper level winds in the Caribbean, once there's a lot of atmospheric instability as well to really get those thunderstorms going, then it is likely that we're certainly going to be seeing some action in the basin this hurricane season. But of course, this is the calm before the storm, and there are things that can be done early on to prepare for the hurricane season, not necessarily stocking up on food to say, oh yes, a hurricane is coming, you should do this, you should do that. No, but things can be done, such as having all your important documents and something that is waterproof and having them organized as well, and also having an emergency kit. That's very important because in the Caribbean, we're prone to disasters, not only hurricanes, but also earthquakes. And also it is important to trim those trees, because if you have very large trees and there is an event of strong winds, the branches can blow down and probably cause some damage, and we don't want that. So those are just a few things that you can do to prepare ahead of the hurricane season. But I'll be keeping you guys posted. One of the most important things is to be updated on weather activity, which is why Weather Girl Dani is on YouTube. So that is the purpose of my channel, to keep you posted at all times. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this update video, and I hope you found it to be quite informative. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I get the chance to do so, and remember to always be weatherwise.